Hi guys, I'm Garen.
I am JD.
And this is Investigating Comic Club, where we chronologically read, review, discuss, and rate specific crucial stories of the medium.
Indeed, and we hope that you guys will subscribe to become Misfit members of Comic Club yourselves. Share your own opinions in the comments below. Stick around till the end of our conversation for our episodic comic quality poll. And after the Misfit Picture Show's logo for any potential bloopers that the episode could provide. Mr. Garen.
Yes.
Feels like we're back on track a little bit here.
A little bit.
We have been a little MIA because our suicide prevention narrative correspondence has been chosen to screen at a couple of film festivals, which is exciting. It's an important project.
I was going to say important. Yeah. I know it.
Just trying to find the words for it. So, unfortunately, right now, it is not up on our channel. We had to take the episodes down because certain festivals demand exclusivity.
Yep.
As soon as we can get that up, we will. This weekend is the first festival, and the only one that we've publicly announced. The inaugural Shore to Shore Film Festival in Glendale, California. If any of you can actually make the screening, that would be fantastic. It's Sunday, the 15th at 11 a.m. Just look up Shore to Shore Film Festival in Glendale. That would be so cool to see any of you misfits there. It would be quite an honor to have anyone come out for that. So yeah, we are a little behind on some of these X-Men titles and stuff, but we have just, it's important to get everything, make sure it's all organized and correct. For this festival, it's actually through Misfit Picture Shows, our production company. This is our first narrative that is going to be in festivals.
Yes. So
it's come
exciting.
along if you guys are able to see it, and you'll see this grand face right here on the big screen.
You'll see me.
Today we're doing X-Men number 8 by Jonathan Hickman, and a brand new artist that I am unfamiliar with, Azrar, I believe, is how to pronounce his last name.
How'd you like the artist?
I feel like this artist is not quite ready for prime time.
Gotcha. It was, there was moments where I thought, oh, he spent time on that panel. And then there's others where I'm like,
he did not spend enough time on that panel. I agree, actually. There was some of it that looked dynamite. It was really cool. And then others, mostly with the facial expressions.
Yeah.
There was some that it wasn't so good, to be frank.
You could almost, you almost know the difference between like a first class talent of making it a through line of their art rather than, he enjoyed creating those.
That's a great, you're right.
It's
That's
like, oh my God, that's amazing. And
like
then
that could be a poster.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm so excited to do this. And then it's like, oh crap, well, I'll just throw together some of this other stuff. And
Yeah, no, I think you are right. I think that some of the story he was inspired by, and then other panels he just wanted to get through it.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate because some of those panels where characters are just talking to each other, some of those panels are sometimes more important than the action.
Yeah.
Like you kind of get it with the action stuff.
Yeah,
and
you
of
know
course
what's
we
there.
are in there.
Cool. That's detailed,
we love it. But those moments of stakes, emotion, they are all important.
Yeah.
And actually that brings up, Jaws? Did you ever watch Jaws? You hate horror movies.
That's a suspenseful movie, which I also don't like, but that was also an older movie, which is a great movie, and I have seen it.
Okay. Well, you care about those characters so much, and there is that always talked about scene around the table where the dad and the son, the dad is stressed out and the son is just mimicking him. No dialogue. It's just a really personal, beautiful, elegantly told story, and so much is conveyed through those quiet moments.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that make you care about the characters, that raise the stakes. And actually, one of my complaints about this issue is that it feels like slivers of a story. Almost like all of these, the majority of these scenes could be deleted scenes.
Yeah.
Where, like, these are the deleted scenes because the heart of the tale is Frodo and his quest. Yeah. And we got to delete these other scenes because we need to focus on that. Frodo's nowhere to be seen in this issue.
No.
Like, who's the main character of this episode?
I don't know. I don't know.
And I get that there's chaos.
There's
an
chaos.
alien invasion.
It is, and everybody's coming back together.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, for a second, forgot what I was reading as far as X-Men or New Mutants.
If you hadn't read the Hickman New Mutants, I think that you could... In X-Men proper, we know that Cyclops approved Cypher, Doug Ramsey, to go on a space mission. Mm-hmm. They mentioned that. And from this issue, we know that the New Mutants are back, and they brought this egg. So you could get away with it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't give up.
No, you don't. I mean, oh my God, there's the egg. Oh, okay. There's enough. But then that's like 2 pages, and then, okay, that's all I get. Mm-hmm. And then...
I don't think you really care. And that actually goes, and it just enforces what we were saying in the previous episode, which we recorded but will be released after this.
Yeah.
That Hickman stories, regardless of which X title he's on, will be a necessary read for his story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've kind of given up the idea of, like, editorial, not establishing that front page with the first and last names and their powers. Like, when Cyclops says to Magic in this issue, open me a hole.
Yeah. No,
Do you know what her powers are?
I've given up knowing what powers are. I just have to be smart. That's it. That's all I'm thinking of half the time now, where I'm just like, I'm guessing that's her power. Yeah, and giving up on that idea is...
It's like you can't really care about new readers. It's not new reader friendly. They've just abandoned that idea.
Yeah, this wasn't... Yeah.
I've kind of abandoned that idea because it was stopping me from enjoying it. Yeah. And moving forward from Dawn of X, I want to enjoy these comics, so I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever, but I'll catch Garen up as well, and that's kind of it. I think he, on the flip side of that, perfectly established what the Brood was in the first 3 pages for you.
Yeah.
And the stakes of them and how, like, you know what the Brood is now.
Yeah. No, you see it.
Like, I'm talking about you.
Yeah,
Literally
exactly,
decades of story behind the Brood.
Yeah.
But it could be brand new for you.
It is, yeah.
So perfect. He knows how to do it.
Yeah. No, he does. He did good with that. And that's why
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It is. That being said, I did also like the tech page in this establishing Vulcan and Gabrielle. That there was some type of war in the past. That kind of caught you up enough.
Like it's enough, but it's almost so much of this external stuff that we didn't, or I didn't know about. So it's like, it's okay for me to get bombarded with information little by little with stuff I already know. But when the entire issue is stuff that I didn't know.
Right, this chaotic invasion story. Okay. That's why an issue like this, it like needs a heart, a through line.
Something happens to by the end where you're like, oh my God, I was not expecting that, and I actually care. This, it ends with just like, oh, what do we got to do now? Oh, we got a better game. It's like, I don't care what you just did. Just what just happened.
Right.
What? I'm just being honest. It's shitty to think that the issues that we don't like the most is the most, because unless it's amazing and powerful and it's like, oh my God, that was amazing and we loved all this, there's that. But then it's like, it's whatever. This is one where it's like, whatever, but it's like we wanted it, you know. It is rich, but almost too rich for my liking as far as information overload, and that was a lot for me to handle in Powers and House, and now with this, it's. Yeah, I just don't. It is that trust factor where we trust Hickman. I trust him to know, cool, what's the next issue kind of thing. As far as this issue in a whole for me, connecting dots, great.
The New Mutants to the X-Men kind of thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
Sure. And it is a continuation of his New Mutants issue.
Yeah.
More than it's a continuation of any X-Men issue he's done.
Yeah.
Actually. Everything out in outer space, from the Kree Accuser to the Starjammers being captured to Roberto, like, none of that would land with you at all without the New Mutants issues. So I'm glad that we caught that up and we just read that.
Yeah. It's so fun.
So again, it's Hickman's long con. This okay, I'm planting seeds. These are parts of a larger whole.
I think it's funny how much I am just not interested in space stuff, but I do enjoy Star Wars stuff. It's weird. I like time travel stuff. But like, there's something about this with New Mutants when they were out in there, and then even this now talking about space. I'm just like, it almost takes the reality of what I like about certain things. I don't know.
Well, I think, just you talking about time travel stuff and Star Wars stuff. Star Wars has Luke Skywalker at its heart. A boy that you can absolutely relate to.
You need someone to relate to, yeah.
Time travel, your favorite one is probably Back to the Future that has Marty McFly as your POV character. This heart and soul of it.
I don't have nothing to grasp onto.
There's really nothing to grasp onto, and that goes into this long con of Hickman's that I want to talk about for a little bit. Many, many people think that the X-Men, an absolutely essential ingredient to them, they are sworn to protect a world that fears and hates them. That's like their core essence.
Yeah.
They're always feared. They're always hated. They are always the outsider, the misfit, the underdog.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult thing to keep you in. If you are in a universe that has Captain America and the Fantastic Four, that you are fighting alongside, that you've rescued the galaxy, let alone the planet, all so many times, it becomes a very difficult thing to justify, hey, Cap, like, can you hold a press conference at the White House, ask your buddy, the president, that you say, hey, guess what? The X-Men, those people you fear and hated, they just saved the universe.
Yeah.
Like, Cap, why can't you do that for us? I know that you knew about this. It becomes something very, very difficult. Yeah. What I think that Hickman is trying to do here, in his long game, he is doing something to the mutants that is going to be irreversible. With the Krakoan, whatever, seeping out into the world. And it's all mutants on Krakoa. How can we reestablish that all mutants are feared and hated? You've got this society. It's going to go absolutely wrong at a certain point. It's inevitable. Sure, the X-Men aren't at fault because they've all been hopped up on the Mountain Dew. But when it all goes terribly awry, maybe all the humans that have been taking the Krakoan drugs die. Inevitable disaster. All of the rest of humanity will never forget to fear and hate mutants. Because, the X-Men will say, no, we were mind controlled. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's his long game. So around issue 30, like probably before then, you're going to have a split of mutants like Nightcrawler and Logan going against it. And they're going to be the underdogs within the underdogs kind of trying to fight like, hey, Cyclops, like, no, like this is not right. No, it is right. Like, come on, Professor X says so. Whatever it is, that's going to cause this schism within the X-Men. But then around issue 30 or something, it's really going to go bad. And it's going to have, like, the disastrous effect on the rest of humanity. And now even the galaxy. Like,
now
they've always been allies, kind of, with the Shi'ar, but then they're not, then they are. They're going to be basically feared and hated by the universe.
That's deep.
That's what I think. And doesn't it seem like, no,
I mean, it's...
If you think that's the important ingredient of the X-Men... and that franchise,
take it.
I can see that, and especially now with mutants going to enter the MCU.
Oh yeah.
What is going to separate the mutants from the other characters like Carol Danvers that have superpowers? Why are the mutants feared and hated?
Yeah.
And I think that's what his long-term game is, and a problem with that is keeping these heroes vague.
Yeah. It's hard to have a long game when you have vagueness.
And, these guys eventually are going to be revealed that they're controlled.
Yeah.
So having a character like Kurt question things, Logan question things, Cyclops, he can't really question things. We can't have a heart at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. That's what I think is going on here.
It's good thoughts.
I don't think the X-Men necessarily have to be feared and hated for the franchise to work. I don't know where I stand on that argument that that's the essential. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it is something to think about, though, even with them entering the MCU.
So whatever happens with the Krakoan Mountain Dew, Apocalypse, Exodus, Mr. Sinister, the technarch.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, when it goes wrong, it is going to be like catastrophic on a global scale and now a universal scale. And it will just turn them into the outsiders. And I think that he is, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. He's essentially establishing them as their own superpower.
Yeah. Them as a whole, as a unit. What do you give it?
This one a B minus.
B minus? Yeah.
I think it's too much of a sliver.
I give it. I'm even throwing this maybe a C plus even for me, just because it's not. It wasn't. I don't know. Again,
I'm taking it as a part of a whole.
Yeah,
Like if somebody came in on this issue and read it out of nowhere,
that's your fault.
No, you'd hate it. Like, well, you might enjoy some of it, but you'd have way too many questions. This comic does not work on its own. Without question. Nope. I give it a B minus because even as a sliver of a whole, and I am enjoying Hickman's larger story, what is grounded here?
Yeah.
What am I really rooting for?
Yeah. I give it a C plus. Give it a B minus. You guys give it a whatever you want in the comic quality poll. Let us know in the comments what you guys, if you agree, if there's something we missed. Your theories, even like if you agree with JD or
am
just
I way off base? What have I missed? Where's Moira McTaggart in your thing?
Right?
How does she fit in, JD?
Let us know. Let us know.
Great to have you guys here. Please do comment, get in some conversations with us. I would appreciate it. I look forward to it.
To be continued.